So first, I'd like to say this particular process works for pretty much any game you play at all. Any game. I'm just doing it specifically for NBA 2K25 in this case. So let's go ahead and check it out. First you do is you right click on your computer, go to show more options, you go to NVIDIA control panel, and you go to your manage 3D settings, and then I want you to scroll down to DSR factors and go ahead and check these two options, 1.78 and 2.25. This would raise the resolution in the game, upscale it to 5160 and also the 4587. Okay, click OK. And so that's, oh, by the way, your DSR smoothness, I have mine set to 40. It defaults to 33 when you first do it, but I have a middle balance of 40. So lower value produces a sharper image, yeah. So the lower you go, the sharper the image gets, and the higher you go, the smoother, the blurrier it looks. You don't want to get the image to be too sharp because then it looks kind of artificial. Doesn't look good, and you don't want to be too blurry either. So you want a right balance in the middle. And so I've settled for 40. 40 works well for me. Click OK, and you should be done on this menu. You can double check, make sure it shows up by going into your display settings and look to see if you can actually find these resolutions now. And as you can see, it's there. So again, I apologize. This only applies to NVIDIA users. I don't know if AMD has something similar to this. I imagine they do. I'm not sure what the process is, but you want to get those resolutions to show up in your desktop menu. And then once you do that, the next thing you'd want to do is you want to go into this website, funk.eu/HRC, and download this hotkey resolution changer. So just go ahead and download that. I already have it downloaded already, and this is it here. So once you download it, install it, you get this, and this is where you get to choose, what resolution you want it to show up, and using a keyboard as a hotkey to select those resolutions. So right now, currently, I have mine the 5160 set to right now on the keyboard. The least key I ever use on my keyboard is the home button key. So I have it set to end and then home. So, but you can pick whatever combinations you want. You just click change and do whatever you want. You want to do Control V or whatever it is you want to do. You can set it to. But yeah, right now I just picked home and end. So, and set that. So once you do that, minimize it, and you're good to go. So from now on, whenever you want to start a game in those resolutions, unfortunately, whenever you try to run a game that's not exclusive full screen, if it's just a borderless full screen, you don't have access to those resolutions. And so that's the reason why you want to do this, what I'm showing you, until they come up with a better way of including those resolutions in game without you having to toggle the resolutions. This is the easiest way, one of the quickest ways to do it. So, all right. So now we want to set the 3D settings for NBA 2K. Right click on the desktop, go to show more options, go to your video control panel, and go to manage 3D settings. Go to program settings. So right here in my case, I have NBA 2K25 already selected, but in your case, you would probably click on add. And if you already recently played NBA 2K, it should be on this list somewhere here. So you just scroll, look for it, click on it, select it, and just say add selected program, and it should show up here. But if not, you can always do add and browse to where you install the game to and select it from there. Okay, so once you get the game profile selected or the executable selected, you want to change a few things. So you want to change the AF to 16x. You want to change the anti-aliasing gamma correction to on. You want to change the mode to enhance the application settings. You want to set this to 4. You can do 8. I prefer 4. You want to set the low latency mode on. You want to set the uh, monitor technology to G-Sync if you have a G-Sync monitor. You want to set the power management to prefer maximum performance. You want to set this to the highest available refresh rate. You want to set the texture filtering to off. You want to set the negative LOD bias to clamp, and you want to set these settings to on. Threaded optimization, triple buffering, and vertical sync. You can set this to on or fast. And I think that should do it. The only other thing I could suggest you could do, you could check to make sure, is that you don't have your max frame rate locked. Leave this off. If it's locked in the global settings, it might affect the game, but I've noticed. So just make sure this is off. Now, just a quick tip, guys. When you guys go to features and you go to video settings and you select display resolution, it won't work. It doesn't work in the game. You actually need to go outside the game, go to your desktop, and select the appropriate resolution. So in my case, 5160 by 2160. Select it outside the game. Once you pick the resolution outside the game, you can now return back into the game and select it. Only then will it work. If you pick it from in here, it doesn't work, even though you would think it's working. It's actually not working. Here's a quick tip. If you're running CapCut like I am, go over to your NVIDIA control panel and make sure that under your setup G-Sync is turned on, because CapCut for some reason turned this off. And so once you do all that and go through all the settings, you can now turn the game on, and this is what the game can look like. Now I know on YouTube it looks like it's a little choppy. My game's actually running over 100 frames per second, so YouTube it's 60 frames per second. It would appear it's not smooth, a little choppy, but trust me guys, it's smooth and it looks very, very good. Well, that's it, guys. I'm sorry it's not quite as detailed as I wanted it to be, but if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment below for me, and I would respond to them as soon as I can. And I hope to do a lot more videos like this in the future. So check back on the channel for more, and please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.